Good afternoon and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I'll be reading for Libra today. So Libra, we are going to be doing a should I stay or should I go reading. This can pertain to a relationship, a living situation, a job, anything of that nature where you've been questioning whether or not you should stay or go. And something that is really interesting is that whenever we ask ourselves that question, what it says is that there's something about the current situation that we find ourselves in that is not fully meeting our needs. So I find that through this reading that it's more information. It's not necessarily going to tell you what to do. You are the one in charge of that, okay? But it's going to create some context. We are going to be looking at your present situation. And then what are the benefits of staying, the benefits of leaving, what is blocking you from progress in this situation that you're currently in, and what to expect if you go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, so I'm inviting Spirit in, respectfully requesting a message for Libra this afternoon. Please and thank you. This is for Libra. Okay, Libra, in the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ace of Cups. So this could be a new love offer, or it can just be a brand new situation where there's a lot of emotion, and these emotions can feel really exciting, but it can also feel really overwhelming too. Okay, so we'll get into it and we'll see what's going on. So right now, your present situation, you have the Four of Pentacles, and that tells me that whatever it is that you're a part of, that you're really wanting to hold on to it. There's something tied to this situation that connects with your stability and your sense of self. There can also be a sense of like, well, I can't let this go because it's all I have. So things of that nature. The other aspect of the Four of Pentacles is that you could really be holding a lot of stuff in. You could be, so focused on your tangibles that you're actually covering your heart chakra. And you're really needing, perhaps, based on the reading, what we come to find out, a piece of advice around that could be getting in touch with your heart space could actually help you in the situation, but we'll see as we go, okay? All right, so what is blocking you from moving on? There's the King of Wands, okay? So either you are a leader in a particular role to others, or this is a relationship that you have with a King of Wands archetype, okay? Somebody who's very attractive, very just like a leader, could be a mentor, somebody that gets things done. If this is you, then I would imagine you have people who look up to you and look to you for guidance. If this is somebody that you're involved in, perhaps you look to this person for guidance, okay? Mentorship, just kind of like this. If this is your partner, it's like you really admire them very, very much, okay? Now, what is currently supporting you? The Queen of Wands. So we start out with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this would appear to be a divine pairing of some kind. Okay? Like a power couple, basically. Perhaps if you are one of these people, then I'm thinking that, so Libra, so air energy, right? What is currently supporting you, let's say you're the Queen of Wands in this situation, all right? And what's preventing you from moving forward is that you don't want to let go of this King of Wands, because this is your person, this is your partner. You've accomplished a lot together. You could be involved in some sort of dynamic project with one another. But, you know, I see this as a power couple. You're both very attractive, well seen, well liked, very much, you know, like if when you go to a party together, like people stop and look, you know, it's like that kind of energy. All right. So we'll see more as we get into it. Okay. What to expect if you stay? The Eight of Swords. So upon clarification, we'll find out what you're in your head about, like what is going on here, right? What to expect if you stay is that you'll continue to be in your head about a situation. And that tells me you haven't been talking about it, whatever it is. All right. And given that this is Pentacles, I wonder if you and your person, Queen of Wands, King of Wands here, perhaps your business partners, you know, and perhaps there's tension in and around the business. If you're married, there could be tension in and around the marriage. Perhaps you're married and in business together, or you run some sort of family enterprise. Whatever it is, this is completely tied to your stability. And you're like, heck no, I'm not giving this up. But there's something at stake here because you are in your head about something. And we'll see what that is. But it's kind of like, I need this. This is my life. This is my foundation. This is my home. This is my bread and butter. But there's something that's not serving you. There's something wrong. And you're like in your head. And, you know, I would imagine, like I said earlier about the heart chakra and holding things close to the vest, there could be a fear in you to communicate on whatever you are worried about right now, because perhaps you fear that that will bring everything tumbling down, you know, so we'll see. Okay. So, this is what to expect if you stay. What are the benefits of staying? There's stability here. Okay. You can have stability, right? But given that this is a part of it, there's something off. There's something off with it. The benefits of staying is that you would be staying. There would be stability. You'd be able to continue to live your day in and day out with your person, with your partner here. But I'll be curious to see what's behind this Eight of Wands, because, you know, that is what is exactly making you question whether or not you should stay here. You know you have stability here, and you also know that you don't want to give it up, whatever it is. So it's kind of like, you know, it's a good thing. It's like you're a Libra, so you're really fair-minded, right? And your strength is in balance. And if you're in the Eight of Swords energy in this context, that tells me something feels really out of balance for you. Okay. So let's see here. So you could, what are the benefits of staying? There's stability in the situation. And what is blocking you from progress in the situation? The Queen of Cups. Okay. Queen of Cups is blocking you from progress. So perhaps you are needing to get in touch with the part of you that is loving, compassionate, caring, empathic, all the things, right? This requires a level of vulnerability, all right? The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are very action-oriented. They get stuff done, all right? And a lot of times when we are in a partnership and it's like every day is like, well, what's on the docket for today? What are we gonna take care of? You can get into this rut of what are we doing? And it can feel really like very much 3D. It can feel very monotonous. You know, you could be doing a lot of wonderful things and taking care of business and and like bringing in the income and all of your tangible stuff. And you could even have an element of fame here. Who knows, you know? But when that is center stage in the context of a relationship, of a marriage or a romantic relationship or some sort of partnership here, you know, that can really take, you know, the emotions and the intimacy and the love and the tenderness and the vulnerability can take a back seat to what do we got to do today. So that could be what is at play here. And I imagine that you've been in your head a lot about this. Perhaps you've really been feeling like, you know, gosh, you're like, I'm doing so much and I think about things so much, but when was the last time I really connected with my partner in a loving, vulnerable, physical, intimate way? You know, that could be about it too. I mean, if you're the King and Queen of Wands here, I mean, you definitely are both a very passionate couple, right? So we'll see. So what is blocking you from progress in the situation? I imagine talking about whatever it is, coming forth in a soft way and being like, this is what is on my mind. This is what is on my mind. And this is also what is on my heart. Being vulnerable. It can be hard. It can be a challenge to be vulnerable. Okay. So, and that's blocking you from progress. Another storyline here, and this, I mean, this could just be for some of you, is either you or your person can be the affair partner, because that's also something that's a part of the Queen or King of Wands. And, you know, say what's blocking you from progress in the situation could be that your King or Queen of Wands is already partnered up with the Queen of Cups, right? This can often be the mother, you know, the wife, the mother, the love. So say if you're the other person, if you're, you know, the third party, what's blocking you from progress and progressing in this relationship, one that you don't want to let go of because it's so passionate, it's so all the things, I mean, just like so delicious, right? What's preventing you from moving forward is the Queen of Cups. So perhaps your person is already married, so that's a possibility here as well. However, what are the benefits of staying? It's like, yeah, there's stability here, but, and this is typically the marriage card, right? Like, here's the married couple. You know, perhaps you are the married couple and you know, or you suspect that your person has an affair partner. Like, take it as it resonates, but that, you know, you could read it as a singular energy that's a part of you and what you're up against right now, you know, like the fear of being vulnerable. You could also read it as you can be somebody who is in a third party situation and what's blocking you is the Queen of Cups. It could be that they're the person you're involved with is married. That's one. Another one is that you could be suspecting that your person is fooling around on you. So we'll just clarify as we go, okay? So what is blocking you from progress in this situation is the Queen of Cups. What to expect if you leave is the Hanged Man. So that tells me that if you were to leave, you would be in a period of just, raw, raw immobility, but for the purpose of a spiritual awakening. Now, the Hanged Man is a major arcana. The Hanged Man is also the card of Pisces, okay? And we have the Queen of Cups right here, right? But you're a Libra, so, perhaps there is a third party here who is a Pisces. We don't know. So, only you would know. So take it as it resonates. But, what to expect if you leave is that you would be, upon your departure, you'd be like, okay, I'm just going to just be and just be in this feeling state and not do anything. And, this is like the gateway. This is an invitation for some sort of spiritual awakening and also a change in perspective. Okay? A change in perspective. Typically, this Hanged Man, this position is not pleasurable. This is typically a very painful situation, but it's one of those things where it's like the tone and tenor of the period of your life when this guy shows up, when this figure shows up, it's an invitation for you to be with what is, right? Be with what is, and that you're going to surrender to the present moment. You're going to surrender to everything as it is, because this energy right here says, oh, well, if I do that, then this might happen. So it's a lot of swords. So that's like a lot of different ideas on what to do or what to say. And, it's like trying to gain control of the situation, but being so wrapped up in your head because you're not getting what it is that you want. Something is wrong. Something is worrying you. Something is bothersome. This is oftentimes an element of trying to gain ground, trying to gain control over a particular situation, okay? Which is up here. Right below it is, I'm not going to try to get control over this situation anymore. It's out of my hands. I'm going to just surrender to whatever it is. I ain't going to do shit. And I'm going to just be in this space and surrender and the change in perspective or the shift in my spirit is going to happen. But I hate to say it, like, it is what it is, and I'm giving it up. And not giving up like I'm giving up, but it's like I'm giving it up. Like I'm giving it up to work itself out. Because, this is also somebody who is feeling very stymied in their ability to act on a situation as well. Hence the whole like, oh, I'm loosely bound, I got the blindfold on and there's this cage around me and you could be feeling prisoner, but, and at the same time, it's like you're prisoner to the situation, like in a very tangible way because it's your experience and you don't know what to do, but also you have more power than you give yourself credit for, right? You have more power than you give yourself credit for when this card shows up, because you could unravel those binds and you could take off that blindfold and walk right out of here. Okay? So I don't know what your situation is, but it's pretty interesting energy so far. And so if you leave, I imagine that you would be having a spiritual awakening of some kind, and it would be very painful at first, but it could be a relief because you're just simply surrendering to what is. Okay, and really just acknowledging that you don't have any control in the situation because there are 3 people here. Okay? All right. What are the benefits of leaving? The Hierophant. Okay? You got the Hangman and the Hierophant. What to expect, and then what are the benefits? The Hierophant The Hierophant is an invitation to get in touch with your spiritual knowledge, with your inner spiritual guides. Like when things are really tough, you know, people have spirituality in their lives to some degree or another, unless of course they're completely atheist and like, or whatever the case may be, and they don't really believe in anything. And fair enough, they believe in science. I don't know. I'm not going to get all into that, but essentially, a person's spirituality, morality, ethics, whatever it is that's important to them, this is who we call on when we call on ourselves, but we call on our inner ethics when we need guidance, when we need to make meaning of our lives, when we need to make meaning of the situation that we're in or a situation that we're coming out of, okay? So those are the benefits for you if you were to leave the situation, is that it would be an opportunity for you to really get in touch with your own personal ethics and, you know, what is it? What's there? How do you make meaning of the situation? The other piece about this is that this can be, this can also represent somebody that you need to get in touch with. If you've already integrated some of the lessons that you've had from this type of figure in your life, that would mean if they're available, get back in touch with them. If they are not available in the physical realm, you can get in touch with the doctrine that they left you with, the life lessons that they left you with that live inside of you, that are a part of you, in your heart, a part of your integrated personhood. You know, this is when you want to call on your deepest part of your character. Okay. And if you don't have access to that, or you're not entirely sure what that is, that's completely okay. Then this is an invitation to get in touch with a trusted advisor, a mentor, clergy, a therapist, whatever it is. Okay. So then that would be the benefit of leaving. All right. So let's see here. And given that we opened with the Ace of Cups, that could say that, yeah, you have a new opportunity. You have a new, like somebody's presenting you with like their cup of love. You know what I mean? So you could be married and somebody's like friggin' super hot coming towards you, and you're like, but what about my wife, or what about my person who's like my Queen of Cups, you know? And it doesn't have to be gendered, you know, just take it as it resonates, right? It's archetypal energy, masculine, feminine. All right, let's look at this Four of Pentacles. I can tell already this is going to be kind of, I don't want to make this reading too long, but it'll just is what it is and comes out as such. Okay, why is the Four of Pentacles here? What's the Four of Pentacles? I'm going to guess that the Four of Pentacles is the stability of your life as it is right now, and that if you were to accept an invitation from somebody else to get it on outside the marriage, that would really disrupt it, if in fact you couldn't get away with it. Which I'm not advocating either for or against it. I don't know your situation. That might not even be it. It could be it for some of you, though. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups, so you're feeling, okay, you've been feeling out in the cold in the context of your community or your long-term committed partnership here. 10 of Cups is like full-on wish fulfillment, like happily ever after, sunshine and rainbows, okay? Like, but a whole heck of a lot of feelings, right? It's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of times very, very positive. But, given that the Five of Pentacles is here, you could be feeling really distant from that energy. You could be feeling really distant from your happiness. However, there is a want to hang on to it because it's like, this is all I got. This is what I have. This is what I've built. This is my stability here, But it's like, okay, well, what? And then with the Page of Pentacles, it's like, there's a part of you that feels very childlike, like there's this kind of, you could also have children. That's something else too. You could have children. So children can be involved in this situation. But, if you're reading it as the energy as it pertains to you, it's like the Page of Pentacles is like, well, what? I want to start something new. Like I want to, there's this little pentacle that I have in my little seed and I want to plant it somewhere, because this context thus far, I've been feeling kind of out in the cold. So maybe my happiness is somewhere else. Okay. But there's a fear because, if you do feel as though your happiness is somewhere else, or you're feeling out in the cold in the context of what used to always be, or what has always been your 10 of Cups, your family, your community, your home, your everything. If you've been feeling out in the cold, that could be an impetus for why, there is a part of you that feels drawn or called to plant a new seed somewhere else. But this is like, well, no, I can't give this up. This is my Four of Pentacles here. I'm holding on tightly to this 10 of Cups, but I can't ignore the fact that I'm feeling really out in the cold. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Eight of Swords here. What's the worry? What's happening? Why is the Eight of Swords here? Why is the Eight of Swords here? Why is the Eight of Swords here? Ten of Wands, Death, and the World. Okay. You've been continuing to try here. You have really been continuing to try in this, I'm going to call it a marriage or long-term commitment, okay? You've been trying and trying. And something is transforming and something is ending. With the Death and the World here, it's like we have the end of a cycle and some irrevocable change here. The way I see it more and more, this is what it feels like to me, is that you have been married, but this marriage has been, like a lot of marriages, has been overcome with very rote, boring, uninspired day-to-day tasks that it feels devoid of any passion, devoid of any kind of love, devoid of any kind of intimacy and connection. Okay? It's felt very dry, very mundane. And there's stability in that. But it can be really just like Where's the love? Like, where's the juice? You know? And so with that, I feel like, given that you have been in your head and have the 10 of Wands to clarify that, I feel like you have been the one to be continuing to try, you know, like, hey, like, we got to connect. And it's not working. And, you know, with that loneliness, feeling so lonely in that context of not connecting, when something like this comes along, it can feel very, very tempting. Especially if you know, either or this is tempting you. Okay, and then right underneath the Ace of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups. So there's sadness here, there's grief. And then we have 8 of Wands, messages, communication, fast-moving energy. And then we have the Ace of Swords, the truth. It looks to me, I think that the advice here is to have a conversation, but I can hear you say, like, I've tried having this conversation. That's rough. This gives me feelings of loneliness over here. It sucks. That's just really hard. Let's look into the King of Wands. What is blocking you from moving on? And then the thing is, it says, what to expect if I stay? That's the 8 of Swords. What you can expect if you stay is that you'll still be in your head and you'll still be continuing to try, despite the fact that something is done. Something is over. Something has died. Oh, that song, that Carole King song just came into my head. Something inside has died and I can't hide it. Something inside has died and I can't hide it. I can't fake it. It's too late. That song by Carole King. If you haven't, I'm sure a lot of you definitely know that song. It's a beautiful song. Carole King is one of the best songwriters of our time, of all time. But that song, It's Too Late. I'll listen to that song. Okay. And I can't sing it. I would love to sing it because I love that song, but it could be like a YouTube thing. Not that like I would rival like Carole King's voice or anything like that, but there was another reader that like had some song and she sang it like for just a few bars and it like the video got totally flagged and like taken down. It's like, okay. And I think it was like a Beatles song. It's like, I don't think this tarot reader like singing a few bars of this song is going to impact anyone's wealth or whatever. Okay. All right. I'm getting on with it. What's blocking you from moving on? King of Wands. Okay, what's blocking you from moving on is the King of Wands. There's 3 of Cups, the Moon, and the Knight of Wands. So, either you, okay, the way that this reads to me is that what's blocking you from moving on is that you don't really know. You don't really know for sure. But I imagine you have your suspicions because the moon is here. You don't know for sure. You could be in a space of not feeling like you can trust your gut. It's like, is this really happening? Am I right about that? I get a sense, but am I right? I don't want to act out. I don't want to say anything if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? That kind of energy. There could be this King of Wands, which I'm imagining, let's just say for the sake of the reading and to stay with one kind of storyline, which is very, very specific, but, you know, as usual, take it as it resonates, okay? I get the sense you've been feeling out in the cold in the context of your marriage, and you are wondering whether or not your King of Wands is cheating on you. Because we have the Three of Cups here, the Moon, and then the Knight of Wands. But this is also in the position of what is preventing you from moving forward. So, the other aspect of that is, well, this is my partner, and he's hot as hell, and I friggin' love him, and I don't get much emotional connection out of him, but I do have our friendship. We have fun together, Three of Cups. But, you know, I mean, the Knight of Wands would be an intense sexual energy, but there's the moon in between that. So that tells me it's like, oh, this, you know, I know this person to have all kinds of verve and vitality and sexual energy, but I'm not seeing it. It's not coming my way because I've been feeling out in the cold over here. So where's this person putting their energy? Because over here, what I can expect is to stay in my head, and even though this feels like something has died, I'm continuing to try. I checked my little microphone to make sure it still has its little batteries. So that's what I'm getting from this, Libra. I'm really surprised that, I'm really surprised that I haven't seen the Justice card pop up yet, but there's a lot of Piscean energy here. Leo, Sag, Aries, Pisces, Taurus, Scorpio. In the world, I'm not too sure. I think the world might be like Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgo or Aquarius. Anyhow, okay, what's supporting you? Supporting you, Queen of Wands. So perhaps that's you. You're the Queen of Wands. This is your status here. I'm the wife, right? That could be it. Or I'm the feminine energy of this partnership. I'm the counterpart. I'm the divine counterpart of this King of Wands here. What is support? That's supporting you, your role, I would imagine. But let's see. I think you're the Queen of Wands. King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so what is supporting you is that you're the Queen of Wands, and then what's clarifying that is the King of Wands. So that tells me that's your status, like you're the queen to this King of Wands. I would imagine you are the person who is with this. You are the marriage partner. You are the long-term committed relationship person, okay? And with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy, right? But they're going this way. They're moving towards Nine of Pentacles. This is singlehood. This is feeling good in one's own skin, right? But this is an independent energy. And I think that that's you. I think that that's you, the part of it, that the part that is supporting you, that's having you hang on very tightly to this relationship, despite it appearing to be over, at least definitely feeling that way, given that you're in your head about it big time with this and continuing to try. But it's like this 10 of Wands is not strong enough against when it's up against the death in the world here. Okay. And these are major arcana. So it's like that is the tone and tenor. That is the complete tone and tenor of this current situation that you find yourself in. And so, while this Queen of Wands role is really supporting you, given that the King of Wands is here again, you are the long-term partner of the King of Wands. It's like, this is not something inside has died and I can't hide it. I can't fake it. So I need to frickin' move forward. I need to move forward, however slowly, and I'm kind of in this starting over energy. It's going to make me feel quite young, Maybe you'll be feeling like the maiden again. This is more adolescent energy, the knight. But the knights move. The knights are movement, and the knights are fire. They're a fire element. So this is fire of earth here. It's a slow-moving energy, but is taking action. And look, this person has their backpack. They got their things packed. Taking a hike. And you're moving towards the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a table with a bounty, but there's one plate at the table. But this tells me that you have bounty to share. It's just that you've been trying to share it in this context, and it hasn't been taken. It hasn't been taken and given. It hasn't been shared. I'm feeling emotional. Libra. Feeling emotional about this reading because I can really relate to it. And it's not my situation anymore, but it was my situation at one time. A long time ago, but it was long enough ago. But I'm here, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. I can see this. Okay. What are the benefits of staying? The Four of Wands. Let's look at what is behind this stability. The Magician, the Two of Swords, the Five of Cups. So what's behind this stability here? What are the benefits of staying? Is that you have stability, you're stable. Like, here's the thing. The situation is as it is, as I've described it, from the cards and the energy and the reading of what I'm getting as a reader. Okay? It is a stable situation, meaning that it's not changing. Okay? And so, in this context, you could expect that despite your trying, is that it's not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. It's not. Like, this situation could stay like this forever. You could totally stay in this partnership, and it would be exactly as it is. There'd be little changes here and there, but ultimately I don't see you getting your needs met here in a very deep way. And that will be different for each person of what that looks like and what that means. But with regard to this stability here, what are the benefits of staying? Yeah, you have stability, but you're in this, it's a magician trying to manifest in an environment where there's no talking. Two of Swords, there's a stalemate energy. There's no real acknowledgement either. No real turning the attention toward the elephant in the room, the unspoken but felt. Okay? And then the Five of Cups, this deep sadness and grief. This deep sadness and grief that is just there and felt, but it's not being acknowledged. It's not being discussed. And it's like, with this manifestation, with this magician here, I feel it's very much an echo. It is the major arcana, the larger tone and tenor of the energy that you're bringing into the home, right? Which is also the energy of this. This is what to expect if you stay. That despite your want and despite your current larger tone and tenor of trying to manifest a happy home, that you're still in your head and you're trying and trying and trying. But you're not getting. This is a tough reading, Libra. This is hard. And it is quite specific. It is quite specific. And so for those of you who came and you're just like, this is not talking about my thing at all. I'm sorry about that, but there's somebody out there that needs to hear this message because this is what's coming through. I'm not going to start crying, but I feel like I want to. I really do. This feels very, very painful. Okay, now listen. Where are we at now? What are the benefits of staying? You get to have this. You get to stay married or stay committed in this space where you feel completely lonely. And you're trying and trying, but I don't see where's this other person? You know what I mean? Okay. What is blocking you from progress in this situation? The Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups, Three of Swords, Strength. What's blocking you from progress in this situation? The Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords, and Strength. You You coming forward and offering your cup. The Knight of Cups is somebody who wants to connect in love, right? They want to connect in love. But there's Three of Swords. There's pain right in the middle here. And then with Strength, that's like taming. Taming your base desires and your higher knowledge. Integration. I just feel like the love isn't coming through. Despite your efforts, the love is not being fully reciprocated in any kind of emotional way. Like you're not, I don't get the sense that you're getting even any like attention or like emotional attention here. That's what I get from these. From the Queen of Cups, like what is blocking you from progress in this situation? It's like that there's heartache. It's like you're continuing to move forward, you're continuing to offer your cup over and over, but it's taking a lot out of you because this is there's pain here. And you've been feeling out in the cold, and it's just like something's got to give. What is happening? You know, and I get the sense that, I don't know, like, I mean, you would have had to have brought this up. You would have had to communicate this at some point. If you haven't, then, you know, yeah, open up. You need to open up and talk to your partner and be like, hey, man, like, this is not working. This is not working for me. You know, this is kind of do or die right now. For real. And there could be a lot of fear inside of you for opening up and speaking your truth about the situation. But it's like, if this is your person, if this is your partner, like where is that fear? Like, not where is it, but why is it? You know, is that fear there because you feel that, like, if you even speak up about your own needs, then you're going to get left? That's a very strong possibility. That's a very strong dynamic that a lot of folks have. Oops, sorry about that. You know, so each person will have their own situation, but I just feel a lot of heartache here. And just neglect. Neglect. And how dare somebody neglect their partner in such a ignorant kind of checked out way? It's wrong. That's not okay at all. Okay, what to expect if you leave? The Hanged Man. Surrendering and accepting the situation as it is, and despite all your best efforts, nothing's changed. That's what I'm seeing here. Four of Cups, Seven of Wands, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is commonly the divorcee. Okay. Seven of Wands, defensive energy. Four of Cups, completely just, that to me speaks to the energy of what one would have if they are so freaking beat down and done with the situation. Is like, I don't even know what to fucking do anymore. I am surrendering to this because I am so worn out. I have basically straight up gotten to the point of like full on apathy. I'm giving up. I'm giving it up. I'm done. Right? It's like, what can I do? You know? That's the feeling. That's the feeling. It's like, I can't take this, I can't do this anymore. Apathy. It's gotten to the point where you're just like giving up. Giving up, feeling defensive, defended, having your boundaries up for good reason, for sure. And then Queen of Swords. Making a plan and executing it. Cutting out the shit that doesn't serve any longer. Seems pretty straightforward to me. Okay, the Hierophant. What are the benefits of leaving? The Hierophant. Four of Wands, the Empress, and the Eight of Wands. The benefits of leaving is that you can create your stability somewhere else. That there can be a moving away, a traveling, right? Communication, action, movement. Eight of Wands is movement. And it's communication, and it could even be travel. It can also be a lot of love arrows, okay? The Empress here is archetypally, like an archetypal energy, yet being a major arcana kind of casts like the larger tone and tenor of the currents of the situation as it would be in the finish, okay? Nurturer, mother, creative, even if you're not creating a flesh baby, but it's like there's something that you are nurturing and you're growing. And I would say, given the reading here, that you would be continuing to nurture and grow your sense of self, your sense of personal ethics and meaning making of your own life. And with the Four of Wands, it's like you are creating your own stability. You're recreating your own home. And you could be, it's like moving away, moving out, moving away. That's what I see here. That this whole situation is seriously such a big part, a huge chapter in your life that is going to bring so much more meaning to your larger life story, And with the Empress here, it's like you have growth and abundance in your future. Growth, creativity. The Empress is not a stagnant energy. The Magician stuck in an environment where there's Two of Swords, which is basically stagnant, stalemate energy, no communication, and a boatload of anguish, pain and anguish and grief and sadness. That's stuck energy right there. This, nah. This is moving forward, creating something new, getting in touch with one's own deeper, like nurturing, like one's own self, bringing up and bringing out and creating one's own brand new stability here. Through the lens of, making meaning of it, seeing a therapist, divine counselor. This could be a lawyer, like what? Well, probably not a lawyer, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's some sort of, and then there are some good lawyers out there, whatever, but like, like some guidance, the guidance and the meaning making, deep. So this was a very specific reading, okay? But that's what I see. And so, if you were to choose to go, that would be the outcome, okay? But if you choose to stay, you can expect to be continuing to try and continuing to manifest, but yet in a place of overthinking, in a place of stalemate energy. Okay, here's another alternate ending. Another alternate ending, because the Hierophant can also, like I said before, can stand for a counselor or a therapist, right? So, let's say, for instance, if you go to therapy, you're working on your stability, talking about what it is that you want to grow anew. And this is messages. This is communication, talking, Eight of Wands, movement. So there could be that. There could be that. You know what I mean? Like you could be like, we need to go to therapy. We need to go work on our stuff so we can grow and nurture this relationship and start anew. However, this is clarifying what are the benefits of leaving. Let's say, for instance, if you leave and you have a trial separation, that could also be this too. You leave, you separate, but you can have a separation and then try to work on the relationship in separation, go to marriage therapy. People do that. People totally do that. So that's another possibility here. But this is the reading, okay? And this was a hard one, but it was emotional, and ultimately I see you thinking about this a lot, and you really just have to ask yourself, like, gosh, like you're feeling out in the cold, but you're hanging on to this so much because you feel like it's all that you have. And it's like, is it really all that you have though? Because honestly, what I'm seeing at the end here is the Empress is everything. The Empress is everything. And the ability and the whole energy of creating and growing and abundance and nurturing and all of that. So on the bottom of the deck here of this second deck, I have the Justice at the bottom. Justice can be known as the divorce card. Three of Pentacles beneath that, building, kind of like recreating, building a new foundation. Queen of Cups. Okay, Justice. Justice. There you are, Libra. You showed up at the very end. Okay, I'm going to get you some oracle cards, okay? This is what I have for the tarot portion. If it was your reading, then I'm sending you all the love and energy and healing vibes, and like, just like, I want to like just give you a big hug, okay? And like, really just, you're so strong. Like, you are so strong. And you need to call your supports around you, okay? If this is your reading, if it resonated, if this is your situation. If it's not, sorry about that. It wasn't a day for your message, but you could check your other placements, okay? So I'm going to grab some oracle cards here. There's Spirit of the Animals for you guys. Dear love, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And this is from the Oracle, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. She wrote that book, Codependent No More, I think. Groundbreaking work on codependency in relationships, alcoholism, addiction. Like, such an amazing work. Okay, now this is the little oracle. Well, like, I don't know. I just love this deck because it's so cool. Like, it just talks about like what are the personal, grounded, personal truths. It's like, I feel like when I read these cards, I feel like I'm speaking like to someone who is like, now they're standing on their own 2 feet, It's very much individual centered. And that's what that stuff is about. Okay, that one fell out. Let's just see what that one says. Learning, no, I'm not taking that one. Dumb. Sorry. It was something about work. I'm like, no, this isn't about work. Okay. Learning discipline. Today I will surrender to discipline. I realize that sometimes it takes time to see the fruits of my labors, yet I still need to practice discipline. Help me to remember, Spirit, that I'm moving forward and that I'm learning the very important art of discipline. And underneath that we have setting my own course. Today I will realize that I'm powerless over other people's expectations of me. I'll think about what I want and consider that how I respond to others' needs will affect the course of my life. I will own my own power and choose the course that's right for me. Very nice. Okay, and then there's the Soulflower. It's called Soulflower Plant Oracle. Sorry. Soulflower, that's what it is. Chickweed, tolerance. Chickweed is tough and knows her power. She knows how to shine. Despite challenges and tough circumstances, when you need to make a difficult decision, chickweed will help strengthen your self-confidence and understanding so you can tap into your own inner wisdom with grace and compassion. I'm going to put that right over here. There's a hangman and then the Queen of Swords. Okay, Libra. Whew. This was a whopper of a reading, and I really hope yes, thank you. Okay, so Libra, this is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped, and sending you a bunch of loving strength, and I will see you next time. Okay, all right, bye-bye.